This is Comic Picks by the Glick.
Hey, I'm your host, Jason Glick.
Good evening, Jason Glick. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, John. It's another hot October night, which we didn't used to have, but,
Yeah,
it's like we're having right now.
Yeah, Southern California had that big storm that came through. Well, big. We'll put that in quotes. That's how our weather forecasters told us that it would be. It would be big, but it wasn't really that big. It was kind of scattered. No problem. And so we enjoyed cool temperatures for like 3 days, and then we got sunshine. Lots.
Yeah,
of it.
it actually fooled me. It actually fooled me into bringing my jacket to work one day, and that was about the extent of its impact here.
Gotcha. So what do you have on tap for us tonight, sir?
Okay, well, I've got a series that I've been picking up at like volume by volume at Comic-Con for a while now, but I've never actually gotten around to actually actively collecting. And this series is called Locke and Key by writer Joe Hill and artist Gabriel Rodriguez. Now, this series could obviously could really come off as like a young adult type supernatural fantasy. I mean, you've got these kids come to the old family home in Lovecraft, Massachusetts, and finding out that this home has all these fantastic keys around them, ones that allow you to go through doors and turn into ghosts, to turn into animals, to unlock your head and take personality traits and memories out and just swap them around. Keys that can mend things, and all sorts of weird, fantastic stuff. But it's like Joe Hill isn't that kind of writer. Joe Hill is one who it's like this is a very dark, scary adult fantasy about the perils of childhood and the transitions to adulthood, and just why it's sometimes very scary for people to remain kids forever, especially if you're a kid who's been has your spirit tossed into a well back in 1988, and now you're just trying to figure out how the hell to get back, get and open the door that's going to bring all your Cthulhu-esque friends out from the other side. Yeah, but Locke and Key starts off in a in a relatively low key, it's not necessarily I don't want to say not quite low key, but just not. But you've got the Locke family comprised of Father Rendell, who works as a school counselor, his wife, and his kids, Tyler, Kinsey, and Bode. And they're just vacationing up. This is their home in California, and they're greeted by one of Rendell's former students, who is basically with this other psycho killer, and he winds up killing Rendell. His wife gets raped, and the kids are just completely have their world completely shattered from there. This leads them back to the whole old family home in Lovecraft, Massachusetts, and to the home with all the keys that have all these crazy functions I was talking about earlier. Now, it's and from there it just involves a really interesting supernatural thriller that basically shows you hey, it's fun because these keys that have these really fantastic functions, they can only actually be seen by kids, because we find out much later on that's the way they were designed, that they want to be found by people who have no malice, who are essentially going to be just use them for just crazy fun stuff, putting on the best school play, the best performance of William Shakespeare's The Tempest ever. And that's a lot of that's fun, but the thing is that Rendell, he just kind of really fucked things up back in his time. So now his kids are paying the price, because while Tyler, Kinsey, and Bode are now trying to readjust to their to their surroundings, they've also got to deal with the kid who basically caused his death, Sam Lesser. He comes back, and he wants to try and he and he was trying to fulfill the mission that he was given. But the thing is, though, it's like he winds up being like fodder for the real supernatural threat. It's like the spirit that was essentially consigned to the well house in, it's like at the Key House, the Locke family estate. So once this spirit gets out and assumes the name of Zach Wells and starts ingratiating himself into the Locke family's life, things just start getting weirder and weirder. But it's also like the story itself is still like really compellingly told, because Hill, he's a great job at defining his characters, because while Tyler, he could just come off as your stereotypical sullen jock. It's like we find out that he's really like an intelligent soul who cares about his family. And he's tormented by the fact he once had this brief encounter with Sam, where he just said, "Oh yeah," it's like, yeah, or Sam is like, I wish my parents were dead too, and it's like, and Tyler goes, "Oh yeah, I wish you get the chance to go and kill my dad too," because like he's just had a really bad encounter with them. So, and he's just like carrying around this guilt that, hey, like I actually accidentally set Sam on this path to killing our parents. Now his sister Kinsey, she's much more traumatized by this, and she actually takes the big step in Volume 2 when get the head key, the key that allows you to open up your head and take out and insert things or personality traits. So she takes out her fear and her tears, because she's sick of being scared and she's sick of crying all this time. And while on one hand that makes her she's a little bit happier. I mean, she's glad she doesn't have to deal with this kind of stuff. But then it's like she at least all sorts of bad shit with her friends when she causes like this huge fight. It's like later on. It's like, and Bode's like your typical hyperactive six-year-old, and he's a lot of fun to watch, because Hill gets the kind of like the weird kind of logic that kids have about how the rules of the world are just kind of like meant to be for them, how they apply to them in their own way, and not anyone else's. So you get to see them. It's like the kids facing off against the supernatural terror, like as Zach wages his secret war against them without them knowing for several volumes. But it's like, and you get like lots of fun supernatural capers, such as they're trying to catch up on his reading by just putting in a whole textbook into his head, but then finding out that, hey, understand, it's not really understand. It's like there's no real shortcut to real understanding. Like I can summarize everything and repeat it all to you verbatim, but I don't actually understand what Machiavelli was really saying in The Prince. So and then like I said with Kinsey, it's seeing her. It's like, well, she does come off as a much stronger presence, but she also comes off as much more colder and uncaring as well, without her fear and her tears. So when she does finally get them back in a truly disturbing sequence where they wind up in Tyler's head and he almost burns the house down as a result, it actually winds up coming off as really satisfying and well-meaning. But the series is like I said, the series is very well written and very well planned out, because there's a lot of crazy stuff in there that that's foreshadowed early on in volumes, and just doesn't play out until later, such as seeing the time shift key, the one that allows you to go back in time to any time before December 31st, 1999, because their time machine didn't survive the Y2K bug. So you've got and then you also got Detective Mutuku, who's investigating some of the crimes that take place during the series. And we hear at one point that he says, "Oh yeah, my mom had me I've had face down crazy all the time in Massachusetts. I had to face down a tinfoil guy made a death ray out of tinfoil. I once had to take fencing lessons from my mom. She had a dream that I would be attacked by a man with a sword at some point in my life." Guess what happens in Volume 4, people? So that's the kind of that's the kind of thing that the series is really well planned out. It's like, and to the point where, like, once we get to volume 5, Clockworks, which let me put this in perspective, how much the series got to me after I read through volumes 3 and 4 after getting them in at Comic-Con. Not only did I decide to like do a podcast on them, I decided fuck it, because the series is released first in hardcover and then a year later or so in softcover. I said, fuck it, I'm going to go and get volume 5 right now, read it for the podcast and talk about it. So volume 5, Clockworks, really fucking good, because all the stuff they were setting up early on, you get the payoff here. You get the history of the key house, like why there's all these crazy keys here. It's like what Rendell Locke and his friends like who some of you see at various points in the series, like how they wound up the way they are, and why Zach, like how he used to be Rendell's friend, Lucas Caravaggio, but and he used to be a really great guy, but then Rendell did something really, really fucking stupid. Like, we're talking horror movie stupid here. Then things all went to shit. So, but Clockworks is a great payoff to like 4 volumes of setup, and it really like leads the way to like the final concluding volume, Omega, which will be starting to be serialized next year. So as soon as that hits hardcover, God knows I'm buying that as soon as it comes out, because wow. And even though it's like the series does have a couple issues. One, now this depends on your mileage. Basically, the fact that Hill is kind of he likes to be really cute about some of the references he sneaks in to other things. Like I've already mentioned that takes place in Lovecraft, Massachusetts. And as Robert Crace notes in his introduction, when you're trying to rebuild your family life, you don't bring your family to fucking Lovecraft, Massachusetts, because it's Lovecraft, Massachusetts. God damn it. And you've also got the school that Tyler, Kinsey, and Kinsey were attending before things got down was called Bill Gaines Academy or high school, and Gaines was the publisher of these of the horror books that led to the institution of the Comics Code. But the really it's like the cutest and most like awful, so bad that it loops around to being awesome again, is that in one issue, we get like a month in the life of the Locke family, and we get to see all the crazy stuff that happens in the attack, and also the fact that Tyler, he's joined the hockey team, and he's facing off against the hockey team from Voorhees High. Voorhees High, people, like a hockey team from Voorhees High. I mean, if you've never seen, like, it's talking Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, and all the goalies all the players on the team, they've got hockey masks on them. So it's, like I said, it's ridiculous, and like it's one of those things where like you want to like shake Hill and go like, no, you should know better than doing like this. But at the same time, it's like he engenders such goodwill with his storytelling and characterization that you kind of like don't think, okay, yeah, I guess it's kind of awesome. Like it's like if the series wasn't so good, this would be like a terrible reference, but still. Anyway, but. And also I will say that as much as I like Clockworks, there were a couple things that it's like he's either holding off on, or like he's not bothering to explain just how Lucas his spirit wound up in the well and survived all these years when he clearly died. But it's like I would say that this is spoilers, but no, this is not spoilers at all. So, and now, I will say that I did review the first volume way back, almost over 2 years ago, and I mentioned that the artist for the series, Gabriel Rodriguez, he employs a very somewhat cartoonish style. I mean, the characters are really expressive. They got bigger eyes than your more realistically drawn comic book characters. It's like the movements were exaggerated. This like style is a bit more expressionistic, and it's like that didn't grab me at first. At first, I was kind of hoping that he would employ his more realistic CSI style, because yes, I did read the CSI comics that IDW published. Yeah, they were good. Fuck you. Anyway, it's like Rodriguez. It's like it's it's like I have to admit that that was really a bad call on my part because it's like because as things go on like Rodriguez's style like really grew on me. It's like just seeing that like this wild expressionistic the look of the weird supernatural stuff that goes on here. Rodriguez really gets that, and even though it's not quite scary, there are some really creepy scenes, seeing this goat, certain chanting Cthulhu-esque, rantings, it's like it's being sucked into the portal. It's like that no one wants to go into. And he's also got and also when the violence happens. I mean, you've got these cartoonish characters. I mean, you don't expect really gory, violent stuff to happen to them. So when it does, it's that much more. Like when character their face smashed halfway in, it's like in Volume 5. It's like, oh, it's nasty. And he also has some nice stylistic departures, such as the Bill Watterson homage in Volume 4, where they do an entire issue in four panels, from top to bottom, with the sides being broken off into images relating to the story. So it's really so overall it's like I said, it was a bad call about his style in the first volume, but it really grows on me. I can understand that some people might say, yeah, it's a bit, it should this is horror, it should be realistic, it should be scary, it should be detailed to the point where you can see all the bones and the guts pointing up sticking out from all the killings. But no, it's it's Rodriguez. God, why do I keep messing up on that? Rodriguez's work fits the story extremely well, and overall, it's like I said, the series. It did take me a while to warm up to the series. Like Volume 1 was just kind of like, okay, it's a lot of setup. Volume 2, okay, not too bad. Volume 3, Volume 4, okay, yeah, now I'm bored, and it's gonna be 6 volumes total. And so overall, it's like, yeah, I do thoroughly recommend this series, and it also does make me want to check out some of Joe Hill's other work. So even then, it's like, even though I know the series it's heading to its conclusion, and I can't wait to see how it is. I still hope this is certainly not the last we see from Hill in comics form. And I know he's working with he's got some other stuff with IDW out right now, but still, it's this is going to be it's as much as I like to say this is be his magnum opus, it was still his first major comics work. So that after this, he whips out something even better. So, we'll see how it goes. John, any thoughts?
No, actually. I mean, it all sounds pretty interesting. However, I'm interested to see the style. I haven't actually seen this, and yeah, I probably could Google it right now, but I don't want to interrupt our little connection here. So, but yeah, the whole thing about the bigger eyes, I don't know how much of an effect that would have on me. I think that would be all right, frankly.
Yeah, like I said, it's just I mean, it's not like the eyes aren't like I said, they're not like distractingly huge, but I just want it's kind of that's something that I always I look at whenever I see, that always catches my attention whenever I see these. Well, this is interesting.
What was that?
I'm looking at a particular image from volume 5 here, and I just realized that there's just because the thing about the door that no one's supposed to go into, the one that has all these Cthulhu horrors behind. Well, it's clearly obvious that that Lucas looked at it and he becomes the huge bad guy for all this. I suddenly realize now that as I just flipped to this, just looked to get another idea for the eyes, I looked at someone else also looked into the door as well.
Interesting.
Ooh, this is gonna come back. I gotta tell my buddy John about this. So, okay, so yeah, like I said, when I say that that he's got this series planned out, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So, oh man. And that volume isn't even being serialized yet. It's going to come out next year.
Well, all right. And with that, we'll call it an evening for the podcast here tonight, and we'll catch you next time.
Yes, we will. It's like I'm talking about the Order of the Stick and maybe some of the Kickstarter-related stuff I've been investing in.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Night.
Bye.